I'm Dr. Leibovitz, your Central Indiana go-to foot doc, and today we're going to talk about the controversy of wearing shoes in the house or not wearing shoes in the house. I'm going to warn you, a little spoiler alert, it's going to get cringy at times, so just be aware of that. By the time we're done, hopefully we'll have a discussion about how we can do things better, easier, and safer for both sides. So let's start with the group of people that don't want to wear shoes in the house. Primarily this is for cleanliness. They have white carpets, white furniture, and they want to keep it clean. They definitely don't have any kids or dogs. At home, some people when they go through the door, they just want to decompress, take off their shoes, and it's kind of a reboot type thing. Others are concerned about hygiene. The shoes are actually a biohazard. It's just not dirt, but it's actually germs. If you've ever seen some of the social media or studies where they've actually cultured shoes, it's kind of concerning. There's a lot going on there. But what they don't do, they don't bother culture socks and feet. So if you're taking off your socks or going barefoot, it may not be much better, especially if even you look at the pants, you cuff around your pants, it's getting the same stuff your shoes are because things are brought up. So those are all things to be concerned with. Good news is most of these bacteria are benign. Another reason you may not want to wear shoes is you're just so exhausted when you get home, or sometimes you're just lazy. In the Eastern cultures, it's a sign of respect. Everybody takes off their shoes whether they're visiting or they live in the home. If you have kids and dogs, you're desensitized to this stuff. It's not going to faze you in the least bit. So there's times when it's non-negotiable. You have to wear shoes in the house, and that's if there's risk factors. If there's a loss of sensitivity where you can't feel or limited blood supply, that's a problem. If you can't feel, you can't heal. If you have previous wounds, you want to protect them. So these are times you must wear shoes. Other reasons, if we're treating an overuse or biomechanical issue, possibly deformity, we want to require control of the biomechanics, and that's done with selected shoes and orthotics. If you have the perfect foot, great. You don't need shoes. They're not helping any control, but most of us are not perfect. The vast majority of us are not perfect, and I just don't see those type of feet. A good example of this, in 2020, when things shut down, I saw a spike, a pandemic of heel pain. People were going home, not wearing their shoes. They were really underestimating how many steps they were doing home, and I saw more heel pain at that time than I ever did in my entire career. It's a matter of safety. If you have a workshop at home or deal with crafts or so, you want to wear shoes. I do a lot of foreign body removals in the practice when I can avoid that. So if you are in the camp where you don't have shoes in the home and you have visitors coming over, remember your visitors might be embarrassed. They could have holes in their socks, they could have pretty aggressive deformity or dystrophic nails that they're ashamed of, and they really want to keep these out of sight, so keep that in mind. So let's find a common ground. I have a dedicated pair of shoes I wear when I go to surgery as well as in the office. They don't leave. I have 3 dogs. I don't want to bring contaminants from home into surgery and vice versa. I don't want to bring any contaminants from surgery in home, so I keep them separated. Pretty easy. So homeowners have a pair of indoor shoes, dedicated indoor shoes. Slippers are a viable choice, but flippers don't provide any type of biomechanical control. So if you have those things that we're treating, they're not going to be much helpful. For guests coming into these type of homes, have shoe covers. If you've had anybody come in your house for repair, they put these over their shoes. I wear these in surgery for that reason. We want to keep a nice clean field, and it's really helpful and easy. In Asia, they provide slippers for all their guests. It's just routine, and that's what they do. So there's really no need to wear dirty shoes in the house. So let's compromise. Wear dedicated shoes just for the house. Possibly you may need a dedicated orthotic for that. For visitors, have respect for your host. Make it easy. Hosts, make it easy for your visitors and have an option for them. So in the bigger picture of exposure, we want to reduce your risk, and then we want to rethink a lot of things. If you go to a birthday party and somebody blows out the candle, do you really want a piece of that cake? Don't put towels next to your toilets, whether the lid's up or down when you flush the toilet. It creates an aerosol and it spreads throughout the entire bathroom. Handshakes are really no different than feet. There's something that most people don't consider. When you go to the nail salon, bring your own nail polish. Whatever the 10 people had before you, if you're using the communal polish, guess what? You're exposed to it. Primarily, we're worried about fungus at this point. We're exposed to this stuff all the time. Actually, the FDA has a certain limit that they allow for contaminants such as rot droppings, maggots, feces, and parasites. Sorry for that look behind the curtain on that one. So I just wanted to put things in perspective. So if you've learned a few things or completely discussed it, hit the like button. If you want to learn more about foot and ankle problems, you can go to my website at go-to-footdoc.com. If you want to learn more and see other videos, you can hit the subscribe button. So I'm Dr. Leibovitz, your Central Indiana go-to foot doc.